when you notice your child really in joy or in alignment, it means they're in the flow. So when you notice your child in that state, really be excited for them and notice it and reflect that back to them. You know, I see you are so joyful, like join in on their joy and really feel that with them, because if you're drawing attention to the good parts of your child when they're really in alignment, then they'll learn that, you know, this feels good, this is right, so I'm going to make these choices later. So just, you know, as parents, us noticing what their strengths are, like you were saying, where they feel joyful, and when they're in alignment. And so that way they can learn to navigate life following their own emotional radar and not anyone else's, because they know. So I want everybody to take a deep breath. How does it feel to take a deep breath? Relaxing. This is something you can do at home with your child, especially after, you know, say they've had a lot of sugar or they have been running around. Take a moment, and sometimes my kids just love this, I tell you, but I make them stare me in the eyes and look at me and really connect. And then we have to breathe together. Sometimes we'll smell essential oils together, but we will take a moment and try to physically and emotionally relax ourselves. So this can be really helpful too if we're struggling with really big emotions. If your child is having a tantrum or crying, and I've done this before, and it takes some finessing. So if your child is having a tantrum, is really angry or upset, rather than sending them to the corner or whatever it is, making them sit down and stare at you. It's a really interesting experience. And eventually it'll break, because when we're acting out, we're just seeking connection. We're seeking alignment that we always want. Our body is always trying to reach balance. It's always trying to create that homeostasis for ourselves. So helping them reach connection in that moment can be really powerful and great for them to learn as well. Speaking of Disney, we were watching Moana. Has everyone seen Moana? I love that movie for so many reasons. But there's one part in one of the songs that I wanted to share with everyone and just kind of talk about. And you probably will recognize it. So of course, Moana feels the urge to follow the voice of the ocean and seek her own journey of self-discovery. And she does this despite her whole family telling her never to leave, but she does it anyway because she has the call of her soul. You are your father's daughter, stubbornness and pride. Mind what he says, but remember, you may hear a voice inside. And if the voice starts to whisper to follow the farthest star, Moana, the voice inside, is who you are. And I think that is so powerful and important to talk about with our kids. So her wise grandmother, who passed away early in the film, is teaching her, mind what your parents have to say, but know that the voice inside of you is the deepest, most knowing part of you, so listen to it. Mind your father, but listen to that voice inside. And, you know, another thing is that because she passes on, it's a beautiful way that we can talk about death and spirituality with children as well, because she continues to guide her and follow her throughout her journey. And Disney does that in a really beautiful way as well. So, you know, she also doesn't understand, why did the ocean choose me? Why do I have this journey of self-discovery? And I think, you know, so many of us are seeking that purpose. You know, what is our purpose about? What is my child's purpose? How can I help them reach it? And what if it is just self-discovery and joy? You know, just seeking joy and trying to help your child live a balanced, happy, joyful life with a journey of self-discovery, just like Moana. So there's 3 lessons that I took from the movie. First one is you are wise, and you always have an inner voice guiding you, telling you what to do. And so with these exercises that we're talking about, quieting your mind, listening to your emotions, and figuring out which makes you feel really, really joyful, really, really good, and really, really not so good, that's how we learn to listen to our inner voice. Where do you think your inner voice is kept? Is it your heart? Is it your tummy? Is it your head? It could be anywhere, and it's different for everybody. And you can check in with your children too and say, where do you feel things in your body? You know, when you know to cross, when you go to cross the street and you look both ways, where are you feeling that inner voice in your body? And that can help identify body-mind connection as well. The second lesson is you are unique, and your uniqueness is special. Everyone in the movie told Moana that your stubbornness is awful. Stop being so stubborn. Stop following your heart. And she did it anyway. So our children are unique, they're different, and they are not broken. They are perfect in their own unique, wonderful way. And it is our job to help understand their strengths and help strengthen them, and also and also understand our growth points. And our growth, noticing where your children, can grow, or perhaps they're prone to anxiety or whatever it is, and not seeing that as a burden, but seeing it as a gift, and you're here to help facilitate understanding that for them. The third lesson is there's this guiding spiritual connection rooted in our physical selves, and it is eternal, and that is shown through Moana's grandmother, right? So she follows her and gives her advice and knowledge and helps her understand her own strength. And when it comes to spirituality, whether it's religion or spirituality or God or the universe, whatever it is, the languaging that you want to use, teaching your child that they are never alone. There's always a guiding force, and it's always within them. So I encourage you to watch Moana with your children. It's a beautiful movie, and so that's something that we can practice these things when it comes to regulating emotions and feeling the mind, body, spirit, and mental connection for all of us.